I have family on both sides.
It's wild. The idea is wild, and the idea that the country has such extraordinary control over the narrative of what the people know about and hear about.
Well, 80% of Russians get their news from TV, and the message is very consistent and very clear. We're about to be attacked. NATO is about to destroy us. Ukraine's full of Nazis and all of this stuff. Completely baseless. But that if you feed people that line long enough, that's what they're going to believe.
How do you think this plays out?
I think anyone who attempts to predict this is bull. And no, you can't predict things like this. Right now, the situation is Russia is inching forward. Both sides are losing a lot. I think what the Russian strategy is to wait until winter. That's what I'm being told. To hold out until winter, and by winter they think they can persuade the Germans to essentially sabotage the Western efforts to stop them. I think that's their plan. How that goes, how do we know? We can't predict that. And in the meantime, it also depends on what's happening on the ground, right? It depends on what Russia is going to do. It depends on what the Western powers do in terms of providing weapons and ammunition and all of that. So we've got no idea at all.
It's so wild. And when you hear the government bragging about how much money they're sending over to Ukraine to help fight the Russians, it's like, maybe you should shut the fuck up about that. Maybe that one you might want to keep under your hat.
Yeah. Oh, you mean in terms of talking about it publicly?
I mean, I'm joking, but I'm saying like the idea that we're essentially paying for this war. So are we at war? Or like what point in time do you become at war with Russia?
You're not paying for this war. You're supporting a country that's defending itself.
I agree, but I'm not saying they shouldn't do it. What I'm saying is
I'm not saying they should. I'm not saying I don't have an opinion about it. It's for American taxpayers to decide that, right?
It's not American soldiers, but it is American money, right? So you're funding the war. And again, I'm not saying I'm against this.
Yeah.
But I'm saying at what point would someone who knows we're funding that consider us at war with them?
They already consider us at war with them.
But I mean, enough that an attack would be warranted. Like that someone would do something. If the United States is so vulnerable, I mean, if someone just attacked our power grids, there's a lot of vulnerability in the United States, right?
Yeah.
If they just did that and shut the power down for 6 months, I mean, how effective would we be at almost anything? Like the whole world is vulnerable at this point in time with nuclear weapons, but we're all particularly vulnerable. And if there's some sort of an engagement going on like that where we're funding, and maybe people believe we should, maybe we should, I don't know. But this is what they're